This video will describe how to do a fiberglass repair using Gelcoat. Here are the components that you're going to need: gloves, a brush, a mixing pot with your little popsicle stick, the Gelcoat white. This is white waxed Gelcoat, that's for a finishing coat, and your catalyst. Now the mixture on this is on the side, and generally it's about 10 drops of the catalyst per ounce of Gelcoat. For this video we'll be touching up the epoxy repairs that were made to these rudders. I've just opened this waxed Gelcoat and it looks like all the wax is gravitated to the top, so it's going to take quite a bit of mixing. This should look white, that's the color of the Gelcoat. Well, I can't say I've seen this before, but this Gelcoat is like a jelly all the way down. And actually it looks like it's a neutral color instead of the white that I was looking for, but looks like I'm going to have to buy some new stuff. Okay, this is a lot more like it. It's white, it looks like it's all mixed. There's a company on Boundary called Fibertech that offers all the stuff we need for our boat work. Okay, so I've put 10 drops of this catalyst. You'll see this particular bottle has a dropper on it, and if you do it nice and easy, the drops just come out one at a time. Alternately, if you're making a bigger batch, you can use a cup like this, and it's got some measurements on the side to get your quantities correct. And then you just got to mix really vigorously here. Make sure you scrape the sides, try and get it all mixed around as much as possible. And then with that, you just are going to use the brush and paint it on. Here we are with a painted gel-coated product. A couple of examples. It's still wet. What I did was the 10 drops to 1 ounce gave me about a half an hour working time indoor temperature. So it was a little tight to get all of these guys done, but it seemed to work out just fine. The Gelcoat in the pot is just starting to set up. Okay, so I've waited 24 hours for the Gelcoat to cure, and even though I had said to vigorously mix the hardener, the catalyst, with the Gelcoat, I didn't mix it enough. So it's semi-cured. It took 24 hours. There's still a few tacky spots. I wanted to give it a second coat anyway, but I still need to use like a 400 grit wet and dry sandpaper to just scuff it up, because it gets the wax comes to the surface. So you need to scrape a bit of that off, but you don't sand too vigorously, just with a hand, not with a block, and just use the 400 grit and kind of scuff it up a little bit, and then it'll be ready for a second coat. Okay. This time I spent about 3 minutes thoroughly mixing the mixture. The problem is with a small amount, like a 1 ounce here of Gelcoat, and I did put in 9 drops of catalyst this time because it kicked off in about a half an hour yesterday, so backed it off just a little. But with only 9 little drops in the whole ounce, it does, it's tough to get it all mixed through, so you just got to mix. In addition to mixing vigorously when I first made up the Gelcoat, I also, after 5 minutes of use, I'd mix it again. Another 5 minutes, I'd mix it again. So I figured I got it mixed pretty thoroughly, but 48 hours later, there's still just a little bit of tackiness to this Gelcoat. So I'm going to put a little heat on it, like with a hairdryer, just to see if that can finally kick it off and just make it fully hard. But it's a little cool in my basement, so it just may not have been warm enough. You really like summer temperatures to work with Gelcoat. But I think we're pretty much there, and finish this job.